Okay, so today we're going to be discussing a question that came up on the atomic theory paper, and the question is: describe the emission spectrum of hydrogen. Outline how the spectrum is related to the energy levels in the hydrogen atom. So for this, we know that the emission spectrum looks something like this, which is it's a series of lines, and as the energy levels of electrons. And as these electrons drop from a high energy state, they release a certain wavelength that relates or corresponds to a light wave, basically. So for the marks, which is 3 marks available, the first thing that should always come to mind is it's a series of lines. Instantly you get a mark because it is just a series of lines. Next, you could use examples of when the electrons drop to each energy level and what light wave they produce. So for example, you can say that when light drops from N4 or any number above N4 to N3, you get UV light. And when it drops to N2, you get visible light. So both of these would be visible light. Or you can state that to N1 you get infrared light. So both of these and any ones above, especially even from 2 to 1, that would also give you infrared light. So that's an option for the second mark. And then finally for the third mark, you could state that at higher energy levels, these lines converge. So as you can see, I've tried to demonstrate it in my diagram, that the gap between N1 and N2 is very large. And then N2 to N3, it's still big, but it's not as big. And then N3 and N4 are very close together. And if I had another one at the top, it would be even smaller than the gap between N3 and N4. So you can say that at higher energy levels, the lines converge, and this leads to a transfer of electrons because they're closer together, so it's easier for the electrons to jump between them. So that is one of your options for 3 marks.